Welcome, everybody, and welcome to this second Feature Friday. Again, this is so exciting to talk to you about social media marketing topics and to get to know you personally. Today we'll talk about Facebook business pages and how you can still use them strategically to promote your blog or your brand. And I'm really excited because I have an expert with me today on the show, Eden. And before I bring her in quickly again, what's Feature Friday all about? I introduced this series last Friday, and with the idea to feature you guys. So each Friday I want to talk to one of the crew members and of course about a social media marketing topic in order to not only to get to know you, but also to elaborate on topics that are useful for others, so we all can learn from each other and all get to know the different perspectives of social media marketing topics. And today we will talk about Facebook pages. So this is a hot topic at the moment. I'm sure some of you follow along the news. And but before I go into too much detail, I will bring in Eden. So let me tap here. And yes, I want to, if I can add her. It says adding. So it's connecting, and I know Eden is in Nicaragua, and there she is. Hello, Eden. Can you hear
Hi.
and see?
Yep, I can hear and see you perfectly.
Perfect, perfect. So, hi, and welcome to the second Feature Friday. Very excited that you're
Yay.
here with me today. Thanks for taking your time, especially since you're having a lot of trouble around and outside your house. You just told me about that. I don't know if you want to quickly fill people in or if that's probably taking too much, but
Oh yeah, we
go
don't need to go into that.
Okay. If you're curious, leave a comment below and we'll answer it afterwards. But anyways, Eden, you are a Facebook strategist, and I'm very curious what you have to say about the new rules that Facebook is now under. I mean, the European law has changed, and everyone who has a fan page or business page is now affected by the GDPR. So can you
Well, sort
say
of.
sort of? I mean, could be. We don't even know. I
Right,
mean, no one really wants
exactly.
to say yes or what's the deal, but there's this mysterious news now going around, and we don't know what to do. Do you suggest delete all your Facebook fan pages, or
Oh
what's
no,
the deal?
no. I delete.
No.
My suggestion is don't worry about it. When
Okay.
somebody signs up to use Facebook, they've authorized themselves to use Facebook terms of service, right? And
Right.
Facebook terms of service clearly state that you're going to give information. You can control what information is given, but you are
Right.
going to give information to Facebook. So
Yeah.
I don't see the correlation, to be honest, between a page being responsible for that information because a user has
Exactly.
given Facebook the permission. I
Yeah.
think I think we're all as users going to see more permission um, more permission requests from Facebook or more notifications. More, you need to agree to this. They're going to come
Yeah.
back more clear and give us, you need to check this box and say that you've read this kind of thing as
Yeah.
users of
But
Facebook.
it comes from Facebook, and so me as a fan page owner, I don't have to do anything, right? I mean, I
No.
don't have to worry about the laws, or I mean, of course, I do
Well,
have
so if you
laws,
put
but
your pixel on your website, your Facebook
yeah.
pixel on your website, at that point, you need to make sure that you're up to date on your privacy and policies. Your
Right.
permission-based advertising is all up to date because you are utilizing that data for your own gain
Right.
off of
Yeah.
Facebook. But yeah, on Facebook, no. And I don't really know how somebody would pursue that anyway, because as a page owner, nobody
Yeah.
knows what page I have on my 99% of my pages. I have myself hidden as an admin. So how would
Oh,
they find that out anyway? You don't have to show people that you're the admin. Nobody would know who's the admins of the pages.
that's
So,
interesting. I didn't even know that you can do that. And why would you hide that? Is that
well, because
so?
like I have my husband and my daughter are mostly the three of us are admins on all the pages in case we get locked out. But I don't need people to know that we're the three admins.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Uh,
so behind when you're non-brand, let's say
yeah.
like the crazy cat lady page or something like that, right? You don't know who the
Yeah.
admin of that is. So how could
Okay.
you pursue suing that person or going after that person for privacy? And
I'm
uh,
I'm I'm sure they would probably then make Facebook liable and then say, okay, give away the information. I'm not sure
right,
if they
again, so it
can
goes back to Facebook is
do Facebook. Yeah.
the
Mm.
liable one, right? And I just don't.
Mm.
Um, in order to sue someone, you have to be able to serve them. Like you have to be
Yeah.
able to give them notice. Well, they can give Facebook, and then they could say, and the person that administers that page, well, Facebook isn't under any law to release that
Yeah.
information. It's very tricky in that way,
It's
but I don't
definitely
think
it.
that's the issue.
That's true. Okay. If you find it also very confusing, make the wow face and let us know if you're also very, very confused by the new Facebook law.
Well,
And
Facebook, you know, like I said, they and Google and Twitter, every social media platform is really going to have to come back to the user who signed up
yeah,
and come back more clearly say, hey, we want to double, triple make sure that you understand. And Facebook's going to do it anyway because of what just
yeah,
happened, what they just had to sit in front of the Senate House or whatever it was about data. So they were
yeah,
planning on making changes anyway. And then this GDPR, they knew this was coming. Everybody knew this was coming. So yeah, you're going to get some more. I think in the next 6 months, we're going to get quite a few more notices every time you log into Facebook or you use your account. We're going to get a pop up that says, hey, you need to read this and check this box. And they'll go
wow,
through a whole series of those for a little while to make sure that everybody has done it.
yeah. Okay. Well then, okay, let's move on and assume that the fan pages are still a thing and we don't have to delete them. And so that
We're
leads me
safe.
to my next question because even though the law might not affect the pages, but lately I think we all have noticed that they're kind of I don't want to say they're dying out, but they're not as useful as they used to be since the new changes of the.
So it
So
depends
what do you
on what kind of business you're in. But for
Okay.
me, now I follow travel bloggers, right? I follow the travel blogging community. Um,
Yeah.
that's probably a large number of pages that I like, but there's also this other mix of all kinds of businesses, like where we travel to and things. I'm finding businesses. Um, and there's times I go into my news feed on my phone and I have nothing but pages. I have
Okay.
no interaction from my friends. So
Ah,
Facebook's
interesting.
playing with I mean, obviously every day of every year, they've never stopped, right? The algorithm is always changing and the algorithm is always changing individually because you're interacting differently as a
Yeah.
user. So your individual algorithm is changing. Um, the, the benefit that people that have that you're not as you don't sell your like today I got a post from the Belize Tourism Board. I haven't interacted with the Belize Tourism Board for probably 4 years. We haven't lived in Belize
Okay.
for 4 years, so I haven't been interacting with Belize Tourism for 4 years, more.
Yeah,
And I got them in my feed today. Now in the
that's
last four
interesting.
years, they've posted, but today I
Okay.
got them. So Facebook
Ah,
is always sending stuff your way, saying, "Hey, is this relevant to you?" And then of course I went and unliked the page because it's not relevant to me anymore. Uh,
okay.
but the more as a user, the
Mm,
responsibility is on and this is what we need to train people as business owners and page admins. We need to train people
yeah.
that the more you interact with Facebook, the more Facebook learns what you want and gives you what you need, right?
Exactly.
So if you're a casual user and you just keep scrolling and you don't like or comment or interact or hide,
Mhm.
right, or snooze, you don't do anything, then
Yeah.
Facebook
Then
doesn't
they,
know what it wants to send you exactly. So we kind of all have an obligation to get our friends and family and fans um,
yeah.
to learn
Ah,
that they need to do that. So it's kind of like there's this
And
training thing.
I think that is the most challenging part as a Facebook page owner. I mean, it's so because I mean most people really scroll. If I look at the subway at people's behavior, the finger goes like this, and then I always think like because I'm interested in this stuff, so I watch people how they go through their news feed and yeah, I think how many seconds? It's
Oh
very
gosh, it's
little time.
minimal. Yeah.
People less than 2 seconds, they decide if they want to click on your article, on your news or post, whatever you just released. And so, do you have any tips? What's clickable? I mean, what do you suggest we
So the
should all
one
post?
thing that you should do as a page admin is if it's a newer page or you're just now starting to invest your energy in, even if it's an existing page you had for a couple of years, but just now starting to really put your energy into it,
Mm,
post to your page always first. Like,
okay,
unless it's really personal, unless it's personal, but post to your page first and
okay.
then wait a few hours and then share it to your personal profile. And when you
And wait,
share it,
wow,
yeah, and make some information that's relevant to your friends and family that are on your personal profile. But
yeah,
then when they're actually interacting with your page post,
okay,
right? So
yeah,
Facebook is teaching them that they like that. Like, so they're like, oh
uh-huh,
yeah, that's funny or whatever, and they click like or they comment. That's
uh-huh,
actually coming back and giving your page post some juice.
yeah,
And that's how
yeah.
you
That's
start training people,
mm-hmm.
right? And then
And then
somebody shares it from your profile. So your Aunt Lisa shares it from your profile to her
mhm,
profile, and her friends see
and
it, right? But it's still your page that
right.
is making that little breadcrumb around. And
Uh,
that's one of the hardest things I think we all have to change our mindset because we didn't used to do that. That
right.
wasn't
Yeah.
something that I wouldn't have said that I wouldn't have said make that a priority a
Mm,
year ago.
probably a
A
year
year
ago. Yeah, I
ago,
was
yeah,
then. Okay.
it would have been one of the maybe sixth, seventh, or eighth step. But now it's up in
Mm,
the top three steps. Make sure when you're posting to your and don't post to your page so much anymore. You know, it used to
okay.
be 7 days a week, page post every day, every other
And
day.
every other, okay, why is
Yeah,
that? Is that
because people are getting too inundated and
uh,
they it's almost like they need that break, like, and then you kind of come to light, right? Like
okay, so
there's
you
like
don't
kind
want
of
to
some disconnect.
overload them.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yep.
I see, I see. Let me just quickly ask people who are watching live right now, who is actually doing this? Posting first on the Facebook page and then sharing it on the personal profile. Let me know in the comments below. This is really, I find it interesting. I've been doing this now, I think, I don't know when I started it, but I also picked it up I think in the last 6 months or some around that time. And yes, I noticed that mostly people, my friends, they comment on my obviously on the personal post,
Hmm.
but I get more and more page likes through that. So
Yes,
yes, it's
exactly.
somehow a snowball effect.
And not every
It's kind of
post needs to be shared from the page to the profile. It's not every single one. To
yeah.
kind of
No,
be
of course.
disconcerting of that, but do it. Make sure it's part of your routine is to make that share over,
Right.
especially if it's something of your own. If you're sharing, yeah, one of the other assets is you share other people's content, right? So um, let's say you're a coach and you have a let's say you're a C, like an A, B, and C, right? So like A, you're like the celebrity coaches,
Yeah.
like the I cannot remember his name right now, but the guy that stands up on stage all the time. Um,
Ah, yeah, yeah. The Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Tony
Okay, so
Robbins.
he's an A-lister, right? He's an A-lister, and you're in the CB range. share, and you're
Yes.
sharing Tony Robbins stuff, or you're taking some of his quotes and making graphics out of them, or you're doing things like
Right.
that. Um, if you're in those situations, I wouldn't share them to your personal profile because it's not your own content. So you're
Okay.
not gaining anything. If you're sharing a link to something he just did or one of his videos on your business page, I
Right.
wouldn't share that on your personal profile because that's not giving you any juice if they do click on it, right?
Okay. Okay. That's
So if
interesting. So
you
you
have a
want to.
post, right, or it's your own individual thing, if it's something that's yours, clearly,
Yeah.
let's say it's even like a video. If you post a
Mm-hmm.
video to YouTube and then you post the same video to Facebook directly and you
Right.
post it on your page, that I would share. It's your content that you want to
Mm-hmm.
get juice for. You don't really
Okay.
care that you get a whole lot of juice for
Okay. So
other people's content.
rated content, no, and your own content, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's something you think you might go viral, let's say it's
Mm-hmm.
humorous or it's educational, and
Yeah.
you think, wow, this one I really think could go viral.
Yeah.
As soon as you share it to your page, you share it to your profile. I mean,
Okay.
post it as soon as you post it on your page, you get it shared to your profile. Because a
Okay.
viral, you want it to get going, like you want that momentum. Um,
Yeah.
and you can actually use the words like on your
And
profile. You would say something about, "Hey guys, I think this could really go viral. Can you help me get this shared?" Right?
okay.
And
So
ask people to share it.
yeah, because they're your friends and yeah, you can be honest. I mean, it doesn't
Yep.
hurt to get them involved. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good tip. And do you do you actually boost posts on your fan
I
page?
do.
Do you
I
use
do.
that?
I boosting posts 2 years ago wasn't so good because you
Was
didn't control a lot. Now you
okay.
almost control it like an ad. You pretty
Yeah.
much can say who's it going to. You can pick the demographic. Um,
Yeah.
you can set up
I
an
don't even
you
see a difference between ads and boosted
right.
posts anymore. Is there much difference? Or?
Yeah, because you can control where it goes. So in an ad, you can actually say, I want it to go to the audience network, or I want it to just go to mobile, or whereas
Oh,
a boost, you're just boosting it out to within Facebook, I believe.
yeah, but
Yeah.
still to demographics and
Yeah, you
all.
can
I
pick
mean,
the
this,
age or if you
yeah,
have a custom audience, like if you just did a lookalike audience against your website,
yeah,
right? Your website traffic with your pixel, then you can say pick that audience and it can go to those people. So you do have a lot more control. And I
yeah,
like um I like the dollar range that I mean sometimes I can boost it and it'll tell you how many people are approximately going to see it.
yeah,
It tells you right there, and sometimes it's $3 for 2 days or something, or $3 for 3 days, and I'm like, okay, here, this one might go viral. Here's $3 on that, or here's five
yeah.
dollars on it. You know,
They,
yeah, and
yeah,
it really, no, I do like the boosted posts. I think if
yeah.
you
You see a difference. Like if you don't boost it, it definitely makes a difference.
no,
No?
well,
Pretty
yeah, you're gonna
serious?
get more traffic to it, but is that gonna, it just depends on what the goals are. Like, I don't
Yeah.
convert to sales, right? I'm not personally at this point, um, I have the social media manager course, but I'm not promoting or working with it. And I have a house sitter group um, membership site, and I'm not really promoting those. So I don't
Okay.
have something to sell, so I don't really see the conversions with my clients. Yeah, one of my clients just had a retreat, right? So we boosted a post, and we definitely saw a sign up attention to the retreat. So you
Okay.
definitely
Yeah.
can. I personally just don't because I don't have something to sell. Um,
Yeah.
that's another thing that pages
Yeah.
nowadays, the selling,
Hmm.
that
Right.
pages that are more like a coach or
Hmm.
I don't know and what people do in the group, and you guys can always post in the comments, and I can come back and read the comments and kind of help you out on that. But depending on what your
Hmm.
business model is, um, you're not selling 90% of the time. A restaurant
Yeah.
is always selling, right? Even if
Right.
they're educating you on spices, they're still trying to get in your brain to sell you to come to the restaurant. As a business coach or as a even if you're a
Yeah.
travel blogger and you want to do affiliate marketing, whatever you are, you're not well, an affiliate marketer would be, but you're trying to get somebody to go somewhere else, and you're not
Yeah, I
selling
get
to
your
them.
point. Yeah, you generally give your advice and help people in the group, and you're there. And I mean, yes, if the side effect is that the person then jumps onto your blog and signs up and will be on your email list, that's great. I mean,
Right,
that's that's the one thing. I mean, that's, to be honest, that's one thing why we do all this, right? You want to create your audience outside of Facebook so you actually can get a
right,
hold of them in case Facebook shuts down one
right,
day,
right. Right, so
for
you're building
example.
that trust. So with doing
Yeah,
that, you're not using the words like sale and
yeah,
off, like discount or limited time. You're not using those words. And because of
yeah,
that, Facebook gives your pages more traction. Like I said, I'll come into my feed and I will see solid travel blog pages. Like, and some I haven't heard from in months, and they'll come in because they're not selling. If you're
yeah,
trying to sell, Facebook isn't going to give your page a lot of traction in the algorithm of the
hmm,
user because they want you to use ads,
yeah.
right?
So maybe that's a good overall advice to like to say even a Facebook, like they call it business page, but don't sound like you're a business guy or person. Stay personal, even though it's not your
Right.
personal Facebook profile, but make it, yeah. I mean, I think overall in social media, that is what really wins people over. The salesy jargon and the, I don't know, the people that try to sell all the time. I don't
It
think they
just,
have as much success.
well, I didn't, that's not, because some people go to pages specifically to get discounts. Like if there's a
Yeah,
page for a swimwear brand you like, you go to that
right.
page because you want to keep in touch and know when the sales are going to be, right? So
Yes.
that page, so that one you'd actually have to say, look, I need to put a little different energy as a user. I need to go see first, right? I need to like their stuff so I can make sure I get that coupon in the mail, or I get the post that they're having 10%
Mhm.
off today, only use Facebook code, right? So people do use Facebook to purchase. They do interact
Right.
with pages to purchase, but if you're not one of those pages, you get a little extra boost because they do
Yeah.
want those pages to pay for ads.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
But
And now
I'm their
this
business.
I don't know if you can see this, but Ollie just commented. Hi, Ollie.
Hi, Ollie.
Thanks for joining. We have one viewer. Yay. Boost a post through a bridge page into your group.
Wait, what did he
So
say? Who's the post what?
he says boost a post through a bridge page into your group. What do you mean by bridge page? I'm not quite sure. Do you know what he means by that?
Mm-mm. I mean, I know
Bridge
that we can. You would share your post into your group,
into your group,
but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. If I mean, I assume that you have a business page and then your Facebook group most likely is also related to the topic,
mhm.
then you can also recycle the content from the page into your group
Well, you share it. Yeah, you
and
share it into your group,
share.
and I know he was the one that talked about live video last week, right, Ollie?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's
So
Ollie.
that's the other one of the top three, right? Is to
Yeah,
use live video on your page. Um,
yeah,
Probably a majority of pages don't have a group. It's not
mm,
Groups are not relevant for everybody's business, but if
right,
you have a page, utilize the live video. And again,
yeah,
um, only I know he's doing it every day as a marketing
oh,
test, but you really need to do it with an intent. So you need to like sit down with a calendar and write
mm,
out what you're going to talk about each day. Don't turn on a live video and just go, "Hey guys, I'm here today. It's Tuesday, and
yeah.
I just want to check in with you." Like, no, have a
No,
purpose.
he's doing it also with a lot of like every day he's delivering valuable
Right. And
advice
he pub
to his group. Yeah, so
Yeah, so he set
he's
that calendar ahead of time. And he said, "This is what I know I'm going to talk about," or at least had an idea when he starts a live
yes,
video.
he has
Don't
an
do a
idea.
live video. Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
a live video with no purpose. That's just
yeah,
wasting people's time and annoying them. Nobody
yeah.
just
You
needs
might.
to see your face on video. But live video is absolutely a gem. I mean, that's a huge asset. And like he said, and what he said last week was fabulous. It's my screen. Somebody just came across my screen. I can't, or my glasses on, so I don't know what it said. But what he said last week was correct in oh my gosh, I don't remember what the, I just lost my train of
No,
thought.
you lost it. He said something last week
He
about
said,
live video.
let's see, I just watched the video again. So he had said live video. I don't remember what it was, but watch his video again because it was good stuff.
Yeah,
It was very helpful. It was very
I
good. He was
agree.
right
I
on
agree.
target.
Yes, it was very, very good. So, well, okay, back to the pages now. Okay, live videos, boost your post, share your content on the personal page. That's what we've covered so far. Also, don't sound salesy. Keep it personal. Be a human being, even though you're a
And
business page.
the longer posts are doing a lot better right now. Or
I've,
if you have a
yeah.
short post on your page, you have
Yeah.
a short dialogue, maybe 3 sentences, 4 sentences, and then you share it to your profile,
Mm-hmm.
expand personally on your profile. So
Right.
let's say it's a conversation about organization, and you're talking about
Mm-hmm.
how you found this year that you really didn't find you thought this year was going to be the year you're going to organize, and it's already May or June, and
Yeah.
it's already June, and you're not quite as organized. You've put these couple things into play, but you're kind of disappointed in yourself that you didn't get as far as you wanted to. And then you're asking your users about organizational tips, or you're giving them a couple. When you share that
Right.
to your personal profile, go deeper. Make the post
Okay.
deeper. Like really talk about it from a personal level.
Uh-huh.
Those are getting a lot of traction.
Yeah.
That's getting a lot of juice.
Yeah, I feel
Facebook,
like
yeah, they don't want you skim. They don't want people skimming. They're trying to stop the skimming. They're trying,
yeah.
skimming through the feed. They're trying to get people to actually
Mm,
read the stories. So you
yeah.
have to
And
write the stories. That's their
I think
goal right
you
now.
also sorry, I think you also they I'm Facebook rewards you if people stay longer. The longer they stay on your page or in your group, I think that's also a point Ollie mentioned. The longer they are in your group, the more frequently Facebook shows your group or your page than um, in the newsfeed of people, because then it means that you have relevant content, and
Right,
that's what Facebook wants to show to the users, which makes
right.
sense. I mean, it does make sense. So,
Yeah.
uh, it, in the end, we all want to deliver useful content, high quality content,
Well, we hope
and
we do. We hope we.
yes,
There's a lot of people that still don't.
of
But
course,
yeah, the goal should be that should be your goal to educate people, entertain them, um, and engage with them. Those are you really should be working those elements of things. Uh,
uh-huh.
and if you're not doing that, and that isn't your intent with Facebook, and it really is just so buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff,
Yeah,
you need to be paying and running ads because it's just not going to help you.
right,
It's not what
yeah.
it's all about.
Okay, I just quickly read. A bridge page is you direct your traffic to an external page and then back to Facebook. Filter your traffic and collect data and signups so you don't just boost your post. You also grow your email list. If this doesn't make sense, I will send you an instruction to this later on.
Okay, I'm thinking
That's
he's talking about the pixel and doing, like I
yeah.
said, finding out who's been to your website and taking a lookalike or a custom audience, and then you're boosting
Okay,
it to
yeah.
your custom audience. Maybe that's what he's talking about there. Which, yeah,
Cool.
if you're getting traffic for pages that are new or people that don't have a web, see, some people don't have websites. I mean, you can use
Yeah,
Facebook for business and not have a website and still get business. So
right.
if you don't have that element, then there's that. If you do have a pay, if you do, so in my situation, I don't blog. I don't
Okay.
on my business page for my social media management um, business.
Mhm.
I don't
You
blog
don't.
for my travel stuff. I don't blog. So I
Yeah.
don't have a reason to send people to my business page as much. I have an opt-in and all those kind of things, but I don't push it, right? Because I
Okay.
don't have content there for them that's fresh and new to read. If you do, then you definitely want to have your pixel on your page, on your website,
Yeah.
and then you want to track that and look at that custom audience. But you have to have
Mm.
traffic. I mean, for that custom audience to really work or the lookalike audience to really be
Yeah.
effective, you have to have traffic and to your website. And again, that's a whole nother level of the
Mm.
Facebook page. We probably won't have time to get into today, but it's doable, but it's not really for the basic user.
Yeah.
I mean, because now we're
Well,
like,
this group, I mean, I think many people are in this group because they want to use Facebook or social media in general to drive traffic to their site. So I
hmm.
assume many people are interested to use it that way.
So
So it's good that you mentioned the pixel.
right,
And
so you need to drive the traffic there and have the pixel
yeah,
on your website, absolutely.
yeah,
But using the custom audience or the lookalike audience at this point, unless you have traffic, if you have one sign up a month, or let's say you have 10 signups a month,
yeah,
and 150 people visit your website, there's no point in
mm,
using that audience, right? Because you should
yeah,
have a better idea of go after the people where they are on Facebook, not
yeah, then target them there.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, cool
Uh,
stuff. I think, yeah, this was a lot of great and good advice.
how
If
much
you
time do we have?
don't, yeah, we have already spoken for 30
Oh,
minutes.
we have. Okay, I know you have to go. So,
I don't want to rush. I mean, if you still can think of something
well, one of
very
the so a
helpful
little
tip.
something people get stuck with. What do I post? What do I talk about? What
Okay.
do I post about?
Yeah.
Um,
Con
Go find. Actually, Facebook has in the audience network in your ads manager. Um, there's a tool in there where you can find what people are in your
are
audience
inter
are looking at.
yeah.
But go find some of the books that people that are your audience would be reading. Go get some of
Mm-hmm.
those authors, pull a couple quotes. I mean, you might have to pay $10 and get a couple books, right? Or check them out at
Right.
the library, whatever. Grab a couple quotes from those people, the A-listers, and make
Yes.
some memes from those, right?
Okay.
Some quote graphics. Put their picture on it with the quote and tag them and um, don't feel like you can't share Tony Robbins stuff because then the people are going to follow him. They're probably already following him,
Yeah.
right? If they're in, and if
Yeah.
you're an inspirational coach or whatever, they're already following him. So utilize that. Don't think that they're going
You're
to just
losing
follow
them.
him and not listen to you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
find what your audience is looking at and listening to and loving,
Yeah.
and take
They might
quotes and make yourself some graphics from those, and
they might
once
even
a week.
follow you because you always share the great stuff from all the different kind of
Right.
yeah
Right. You never know what
coaches.
kind of exposure you're going to get.
Yeah,
Yep. Absolutely.
yeah, cool, good.
So
Yeah, I
that's
think
just
that's
one tip. I was like, it's just something. It's so easy to do, right? If it's a cooking
cool.
thing, it doesn't matter what it is, but find some
Yeah.
people that they follow and that are more like the A-listers, and then you can like those kind of things. Sometimes you boost those,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you can use that the top. Maybe that's what he was talking about. The audience that you boosted it to that reacted to it, you can
Yes.
retarget them also. So
Ah,
when
yeah,
people
yeah,
watch your video, right, you can target people
yeah.
who watched your videos
Who watch
by how,
you and then
right,
yeah,
and for your
makes
ads and
sense.
things. So
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
it,
it's
it gets, there's a lot.
there is a lot, absolutely, and it's too much to cover in a
Yeah.
live
But I
video.
definitely would
But
say pages are not dead. I would definitely say I think people are just underutilizing them. They're
okay.
not giving them the love that they deserve. But if
Or maybe
you,
they do it like they used to do it and haven't adapted their game plan to the new changes. But with your
yeah,
tips from today, I think that's definitely going to help to beat the algorithm or beat the change and and hopefully revive business pages that are seemingly dead. But
hmm,
yeah, I also I feel like it's still a tool, a power tool that people can use and should use. I mean, it's there. It's free,
it's
almost
free.
free
Yeah.
if you don't use the boosting thing too much. But Yeah. Well, thanks so
Absolutely.
much. I hate to
Oh, you're so
cut it
welcome.
here, like it feels like an interruption now of our conversation.
That's okay.
But
I'm in the
but
group, so if
yeah,
anybody wants to post questions or anything, I'm more than happy to answer them. So, you know,
awesome. Yes.
yeah.
Or we can do a second live session later on through the year. I mean, I'm
Yep,
sure we can come up more topics to talk about.
absolutely.
And yeah,
And
cool.
congratulations with
Well,
T-Bex.
oh yeah,
I'm so
thank you.
happy. Yes.
Sorry that you're not there.
I know,
That
not
would
that one.
be
And I'm going to speak in New York. I'll be in New York doing that one.
yeah,
So,
that
but
would
maybe
be
next year we'll be at
amazing.
the same one.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Okay, well, you stay safe there in
Great.
Nicaragua,
Thank you.
and hopefully you get out of your house soon. And
Yeah.
thanks again so much
All right,
for
Julia.
sharing time, and hope you get some good sleep now because
Yes,
it's
I'm heading
now
to bed.
9:30.
It is.
Okay. Thanks, Eden,
Good night, honey.
and
You're very welcome.
good night. And you guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you tune in for the third round of Feature Friday next Friday. And let me know in the comments if you have a topic you want to talk about, or if you think of anyone in the room who is an expert, and then I can invite them in for the next video. So that's it for now, and have a great weekend ahead. Bye all. Bye, Eden.
Bye.
Bye.